Welcome to Big Oz Explorers. We've been touring in a caravan for over a year now and have learnt a lot about how to manage in a tiny home while travelling around Australia. I'm Shan, and this is Chris, and our kids Jada and Jack. Follow our family and live van life through our eyes while we take you on the trip of a lifetime around Australia's hotspots. Click the subscribe button to join our adventure every Thursday and stay up to date with everything Big Oz.
We've made it to the front gate so far. The weather's really average still.
Please proceed to your booked camping area.
There you go. Straight in, because we've done ours online. We don't have to do much here.
Yeah.
But I'd say if there was any free spots, we could just come down, fill out one of these things.
Yeah.
Put your money in, it goes into that. So pretty straightforward.
I want to come and do this again in the wet season when no one's here because it's hot.
Yeah.
But the water will be the warmest. They'll be quiet. You can take your time.
Yeah.
I'm excited to come back.
Yeah.
At some stage.
That's one thing we've learnt, like doing things out of season and in the wet and all that sort of stuff. It's there's no one around. You get the place to yourself. And it's like, what else do you want?
Yeah.
If you can deal with a little bit of heat, you can have everything you want.
It's
so
the perfect tourist weather right now. You're in a jumper. I'm actually like goosebumps. I want to go back to the stupid heat. Oh, I miss it.
Yeah, it's definitely getting a lot cooler, that's for sure. Just like that, we're in. Been to the visitor centre, asked a couple of questions, got our site number, and just driven straight in. So if you've booked online, if you've got your booking already, it's so straightforward. You literally just come through the gates, find your site, grab one of the maps at the very start, and yeah, straight in. So we got pretty lucky. We got an extra large site. This is huge. You can put 2 vans in here with no dramas. Apparently you can fit 3 vehicles in here, so yeah. I don't think I've ever had a site this big before. It's massive. I'm not going to set up too much because the only way we got 2 bookings here was because there were 2 almost separate bookings. So we've got 1 booking here, but then tomorrow we have to leave this site and go to another one because we couldn't get the same site for 2 nights. That's how busy it is. It's flat out. What's that? So yeah, we're just going to do a semi sort of setup, do a bit of a drive around, have a look, because at the moment it's quite wet. And any rain they get up here, you've got to be very strict on where you can go. And I had a little film of that piece of paper on the front door, and it shows you how much is closed. It's almost like 90% of the place. So there's only probably 2 or 3 little spots we can go and check out, which we'll go and have a look today. And the weather's meant to get better tomorrow, so I'm really hoping that we can go and do a bit more tomorrow.
The water level.
Yeah, the water level's an issue too, so it depends on how... Sorry, I got a lolly in my mouth. It was like the worst time to film. But yeah, depending on where the level of water is, if it doesn't rain again from this point on, we should be good, and then we don't know. So it's a real gamble. I feel like we've sort of... It could have been good, but just everything's against us on this trip, so on this location particularly. And what do you do?
I won't lie. I'm on a little bit of a downer. You just crunching your lolly. Yeah.
I'm trying to eat it so I can talk properly.
I'm on a little bit of a downer because the weather's not amazing.
He's like so due for a sleep. Not even funny.
I'll talk to you in a minute.
What's going on, mister? Hi. What are you eating? Do you want to tell us anything? Oh. Uh-oh. You can't get out. There's no stairs. Yeah, uh-oh.
Don't speak to me right now.
Oh my god. Shan's not feeling it.
No. What I was going to say before is I'm completely disappointed so far. So not only was the weather not great, so we knew that things might get closed, but then to get here and there's only 2 things open, and he seemed like really...
The guy at the visitor centre.
Yeah, he wasn't enthusiastic about the 2 things that were open and how slippery they would be and all the rest of it and that. So it was just like, oh, well, bugger. And then we spoke about drones as well, and you can drone here to an extent and stuff, so that's fine. We can get some drone footage and that. But then we got to move both nights for a different campsite. Like, I almost would have just preferred to look at the mountains at the free camp we were at before and save our $50. It's $25 a night. And try it in better weather, like it's a letdown. But then we've also done Andy's Chasm before, which was such a
awesome experience.
Well, it's also, we could go when we wanted, how we wanted, where we wanted, and did it the way we want to do it in a sense, whereas here it's commercialized, so it's just so not like that. That's all. But yeah,
I think it's just a term of events, like the weather, raining, like the availability to bookings. There's like a whole array of things that have happened. And it's not obviously ideal, but then, I don't know, if they said, oh, we had to cancel your bookings and you wouldn't be able to get in until like 2 weeks later, we would have just drove past. And I feel like knowing what we do now, that probably would have been alright. And it would have been okay, because it wouldn't have been too much of a letdown in a sense. I'll give a full opinion at the end of it, but so far it's a bit average. So we'll see what happens. Can only get better from here on out, I'm hoping.
I'm sure it's amazing when the weather's amazing and everything's perfect about the whole situation. And in all honesty, I think based on what's going to happen here in the time we're here and how limited amount of things we're probably going to see, including because we've got Jack, you know, like it's going to make it difficult. I would love to come back. Hello and welcome to Karijini. This is a very quick introduction. So we got here this afternoon. The weather's been not that great. There's really not much open. The Joffrey Gorge, the lookout, we're going to go here today. This is the one thing that's open in the main gorge area, and Dale's Gorge as well. But Circular Pool, which everyone knows, is also closed. So they've only got the Fortescue Falls and Fern Pool that are actually open in Dale's Gorge, and this lookout. So we're going to go and have a look at this now. Hopefully the weather changes tomorrow, we can do something else, but if not, we'll go check out Dale's Gorge. We've just come through the centre of the park, so we've gone from Dale's all the way to here. And that road.
Oh man, I don't know when the last time they ever graded that thing, but it's pretty hard.
Bad.
Corrugations is probably the worst I've seen on a road for a long time. Like, it's not really that far, and being on a national park and being such a mainstream place, I feel like they'd be onto it a little bit more.
We took some footage, so I'm going to put it in over the top here so you can see what we're talking about. But the whole road was like that, 40 Ks.
Yeah, it only got probably worse and worse the closer we got to here. But yeah, that footage will give you a real perspective of how really bad some of those sections are, eh?
But I'm really confused. I want to do some research. So Dale's campground is like 40 kilometres down the road that way, yet all the action is here. And I don't understand, if that has a caravan symbol that you can stay there, why are people staying at Dale's campground? It doesn't make sense. So I'm going to research that, and I will let you know before we leave what we would recommend as a caravan park to save you kilometres of driving on
really
bad roads. So yeah, but let's go check out this lookout.
We're going to have a look. The weather's pretty average, but I'm hoping that
There's nothing we can do about it. It is what it is.
Nah, it is, yeah. We've been pretty unlucky. It actually fined up for probably 2 or 3 hours this afternoon.
We thought we got lucky.
Yeah, I was like, oh, finally the weather's come good.
Sun.
But now it's turned to crap again. So I don't know.
It's not our day, I don't think.
Nah.
We're obviously not meant to do Karijini yet or something. Who
knows?
knows?
I feel like we need to come back or do something. It's heading that way anyway.
An adults only holiday.
Yeah, wow. I'll be up for that.
Look at the cliff edge there.
Oh, wow.
Far out.
There's like this massive cliffside there. Oh, wow. Well, there's a heap of work going on down here. Oh, how good is this that he can walk now? No more baby carriers, prams. So just for future reference, there won't be any more pram certified trucks and where you can take it anymore because we don't need it anymore. Sorry, guys.
We don't actually have one.
No, we actually got rid of it finally. I'm so grateful because it took up so much room in the back of the car.
What's toddler proof?
Yeah, we've upgraded now. It's getting slightly bigger and more able. So yeah.
Slow walk.
Oh, it's a bit hairy, isn't it?
Well, for him it is.
Yeah. Oi.
Oh no, your shoe come off.
The bloody shoe. It's always the same one.
It is. I need to put like an extra strap on it or something. Oh. He just goes through it, eh? Get there. I know why they said 20 minutes return.
It's just to get back up the bloody stairs. How do you feel about the floor here, babe?
That's why I haven't come much further yet, have you noticed?
It goes right out over the cliff. Like this furthest point here, you're actually over there, over the cliff. That's a surreal feeling. That's pretty high. Oh wow. How nice is that? That is cool.
You can walk this, how crazy is that?
Yeah. Come to the edge, babe.
No, I'm fine, I'm really good.
Come to the edge.
It's amazing.
Just come over here. Take another couple steps.
No,
You're not even over the edge yet.
I know, that's the point.
So the Serenity's not as amazing as I thought it was going to be because there's a lot of grinding and drilling and cutting. But all in all, it's a stunning sight. That's for sure. We have progress. We have progress. Another 5 steps and you're there, babe.
No, I'm good, I can see the bottom.
You can do it.
I don't need to do it.
You can do it.
I'm still over the top of the cliff, so it's alright.
Go one more step.
I don't want to.
Why not?
Because I don't want to. Don't argue with me. Chris just said to me that he's getting smashed by flies, and then I had a look at his backpack. Look.
I got a few mates hitching a ride.
They were just hanging out all over the backpack. Why? They're coming back.
As long as they stay on there and not in my face, I'm all good with it.
I'll let you get past
No,
us.
I'm fine.
We're going to be very slow.
It's okay, I've got to wait for these guys to
Yeah. I know your shoes popping off. Not having much luck, are you? Yeah, you're doing it.
Very independent, mate. Good on
This
you.
way, round here. Round here. Oh. You want to hold my hand now? So we just got back to our camp. Chris is actually hooking up the caravan now. And reason being is because in the morning, like we said, we got to move camp. So we just went to have a look at the other camp and see how busy it was and what it looked like, just if we knew it would be easy to get in. If it was free this evening, we probably could have popped over there first thing in the morning. But anyway, it turns out a lot of people said that these campsites are all booked, but then there was no one here. And we've done this drive around, so the loop that we just went and had a look at has 45 sites, and there were only 5 that had no one on them, and it's 5:15 in the evening. So I mean, realistically, there's actually a lot of people that are actually here and using their bookings, which is good. So I guess unless there's another COVID outbreak, that's the only time it would really change. I'm just going to take a walk over to the toilets and I'll show you what they look like. And here is the toilets. I have no idea what they're going to be like. Oh, it's a drop toilet. So I'm using my phone. There's not a lot of light in here, so it's definitely a daytime toilet, and it is a drop toilet. So I don't know about you, but I'm not the biggest fan of drop toilets. But hey, it works, I guess. Hey. There's also a sign in here explaining about snakes and things. So obviously you probably got to worry about them around here as well. So if you've got a toilet in your van, you'll probably appreciate it when you're here.
It is definitely getting colder in the mornings. It is freezing here this morning at Karijini. We only had one little side window open, this one here, and I think we had this just cracked, the roof. And I'm glad that you got up this morning and shut that because it was
at like 2 o'clock.
Freezing. So we've got we got our heater on, we've got the hot water on, we've got every bit of hot going on. So down here we got 3 vents. So there's hot air pumping through there. It didn't take that long, did it?
No, I'm just sitting here and enjoying it on the back of my
Oh,
legs.
it's nice. I'm copping it from here too. Like it shoots out from underneath the bed and goes right the way through the van and just fills it all up, which is really cool. But if anyone's asking, it's a Truma heating system, and it's a Combi heater. So we've actually got it underneath the bed here. I would pull it up right now, but
There's a lot going on.
there's a lot going on. I might show you later. But basically that's our hot water. So that does, or hot heating system, I should say. So it does our water and it does the van, which is really cool. So it doesn't take too long to get it going. That was actually pretty impressive considering we haven't turned that on for some time now.
No, it was on in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like warming in 5 minutes.
And the water's normally not too bad too. It's about 10 minutes to get the water going.
Yeah.
But all in all, it's a pretty good system. We were just talking about how we've gone from extreme hot temperatures up north and how we were wishing for colder. And now we've got colder and it's like, God, I wish it was a little bit warmer.
Yeah.
You always just say, you always wish what you don't have sort of thing. But
Although in saying that, I will say one thing. I've made a decision. If I have the choice between going to a wet season or being in this, I would prefer a wet season.
I would have always said that because you're a hater for cold.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start getting into coffees this morning, and I'll show you step by step what we do each and every morning, and see if it's something that you might want to do on your van. Righto, coffee time. So we have the Nespresso machine. So we'll put the details in the description below exactly what it is. But the reason why we got this is because it's just super compact and it does everything we need to do as a coffee machine. We've got our new coffee cups from Camelbak. Loving these things. And what we're using through this machine, if anybody knows these are pods. So you can buy these pods. You can buy these pods from most supermarkets, Coles, Woolies, all those sort of places, and that's basically what they look like. You can buy them in all different varieties and different flavours and whatnot. So, but the only downside to that is because you've got so much wastage that you're throwing away, like every single day. Especially for us, having a coffee every morning, having these fills the bin pretty quick, and it's just more rubbish. And
Plus, they've got preservatives and flavours. And it's not real coffee.
They're not exactly real coffee. So we started venturing out and finding out all the ways to do better quality coffee and much easier, more sustainable, I guess, in a sense. And we started looking into little systems like this. So Espresso 79 we got in contact with and said, hey guys, love what you're doing. Have you got any other options that we can sort of do in the van? Because they got some stuff that they use in their van when they're out travelling as well. And they said, well, what machine have you got? So they ran through everything that we had, and they came back with us with all the details that we needed, and they came back with these reusable pods. So they're basically just a little stainless steel pod with the holes in the bottom, and they got a little screw-on lid with the holes in the top. So you basically put your coffee in there, compress it down, put the lid on, bang, there's your coffee, and they go straight into your machine. Straight in, coffee underneath, push your button and away you go. So the joy about that is you're only using the same pods over and over and over. Yes, there is a little bit of work each morning. We like to try and do these the night before, so when we wake up we can just throw them straight in the machine and away we go. Some mornings they're like this, we just got to pack them, but at the same time it literally takes like 30 seconds to a minute. It doesn't take long. If you love your coffee, you're going to go and do it. So basically with the Podstar, I think it's, what is it, three in a pack? 2 in a pack?
Packs of 2.
So packs of 2. So we've had to buy 3 packs here because it took us a little bit of time to realise how many pods we needed because we've always had the pre-made one, so you don't really need too many pods. You need one and it does everything you need it to do.
So from a cafe perspective, if you've ever seen like a barista make a coffee and how much coffee they actually need, this is similar. You're going to need a fair bit of coffee to get a real coffee. So you need more than one pod to be able to get that perfect flavour. That's what we figured out. It took us a while to figure it out though.
Yeah, well, we only had, I think we had 2 pods, and then we started using 1 pod for each coffee, and it just wasn't sort of cutting it.
It was a bit watery.
Yeah, so we thought, all right, let's ramp it up and do 2 pods per coffee, and it started getting better, but it wasn't quite 100% yet. The thing is, with this coffee that we're doing, I'll show you how we actually grind it, because we've got a grinder as well that we got from Espresso 79, and that was a whole new learning curve too with grind. But I'll show you right now how we pack our pods and how we use in the machine. So with Podstar, it does come with this little spoon. So basically, it's the right size to put what you need coffee in. I like to fill it about 3/4 to a half. Flip the spoon over and push down, like compacts it in, and then do the same again, and then just scrape off the top. So it's nice and level. Take the coffee off around the rim. Voila, it's that easy. So that's one down. I'll go through the rest of them now. Righto, 6 done. So it took probably all of about 30 seconds.
Nah, a minute.
I'll say a minute.
I reckon a minute.
It's not far at all. Just quickly too, we found these two, Sistema. You get it from Woolies, Coles, don't you?
Yeah, Woolies and Coles and that.
Woolies and Coles. So we found the little small one fits all of them just perfectly. And the slightly bigger one is good for all the coffee. And you get, about a week. Could be a bit over a week.
This is like a new design. They used to have a different design. They didn't stack as well. So when the lid's actually on the other one, these stack really well. And look how slimline they are. So I was like, oh my God, I love them. So
Yeah.
I've changed over.
So they've worked out really well. That was another thing we learned down the track. They sort of
Space maximising.
Yeah, they sit over in the corner. They're out of the way. So it's quite handy. Righto, let's get into the coffee. So I like to take the bottom off because these cups are a little bit bigger. Better preheat it. Oh no, I'm gonna put bloody.
I already knew this was about to happen. I was like, I wonder if he's going to realise.
We've got a double pole power point. So it's like your normal power points you got at home. We've put a separate one in there which is hardwired to the inverter. So we've got 2 points there that we can use at any one time. We've got a little switch up here. Let's just flick that on. That's the inverter on. Good to go. I've now plugged the coffee machine in. And boom, we have power. So for this one, if you haven't started yet like I haven't, you just push the button, it'll flash, and then it'll go solid when it's hot. That means it's ready to go.
Something else I thought I'd just mention. So for the coffees, it takes 1% of our battery to make 2 coffees in the morning. So a 200 amp hour battery, 1%.
Yeah.
I'll put the maths down the bottom. But yeah, just fun fact.
Pretty good. It's pretty bloody efficient.
Yeah.
So let's go. Hook in. That's one down. So at this stage we've got 3 pods that we put in. It might sound crazy, but like Sean was saying before, if you go to a barista or a cafe somewhere and you watch how much coffee they put in, it's a fair bit. So that's Sean's done. I'll just do a straight 3 with her. With me, I like a little bit of honey in my coffee when I can get it. It's normally only when we're at home or in the caravan. So I'll whack a bit of honey in there and I'll just finish off mine and then I'll show you what we do with the milk. So I've done the same trick again with our inverter. but into the microwave this time. So for the milk, we like to use our soy milky. So it's just basically soy milk, but probably one of the best tasting ones on the market. It converted me pretty quick from a full creamed cow's milk guy to soy milk. So I think we've touched on this before, but we use the lids of Jack's baby bottles, and they are the perfect amount to fill the cup with milk. It's a good consistency. So Sian likes hers for about 20 seconds because she doesn't like it stupid hot. Versus me, I put in for another 10 seconds, 30 seconds, because I like it that little bit hotter. And voila, there you go. Coffee's done. So it only takes a few minutes in the day. Only takes about 2% at most of battery power through our inverter. So in the great scheme of things, you can have top quality coffee, proper beans every single morning. It doesn't take up any power. And yeah, voila, perfect. So just quickly, with these pods, we just pull them straight out. And inside, obviously, they're full of coffee. We just let them sit there for a bit because they've been through a hot machine and hot water. Let them cool down. And you basically just screw that off. And inside, you've just got a big clump of coffee. And you just bang them out. The whole lot comes out. Give them a quick rinse. Sit them on your little plate dryer. And you can fill them up again straight after they're dry. Or do them the next morning or whatnot. And pretty easy. Straightforward. Even though it's like a 1 minute walk, he still wants to be carried. It's amazing we get anything done with him around sometimes. He's been screaming all morning, doesn't want to walk anywhere. Didn't sleep last night. He woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and screamed his heart out. Sorry for everybody that was here at the time. Blue asbestos risk. Far out. Oh, here we go, here we go.
It's over the edge. Look, come on.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow, it's big.
It's huge.
Why? Is that water down there?
Yeah.
It's so clear you almost can't see it. That's full on. Wow. Jack.
And just like that, we just lost a thong. Look at the water down there. I couldn't even see it with my sunnies on, but to take...
Wow. I saw that happening and I couldn't stop it.
No. There's nothing we could do about that.
If you ever find pretty much a brand new Batman thong in circular pool when they open it, it's Jack's.
I can't believe that just happened.
I just watched that happen too and I was like, oh no, it's gone.
So the lookout is just here behind me. Can't really see too much because the sun's a little bit low this morning, but I thought I'd just show you this. So this is one of the big walks they've got at Dales. This is walking at Dales Gorge. So this is the inside of it. So it's a 2 kilometre 1.5 return trip. It's a class 2, so class 2 is pretty easy. The higher you go, the harder it gets. Yeah, pretty decent walk. Goes right along the edge of the gorge, and then on the other side another walk there, which is even longer, but it's actually down in the gorge. So that one actually comes down and you end up just at the other end of this lookout here, which is a circular pool.
We're at the entrance to Karijini because we are leaving Karijini.
Yes.
Oh my god.
It's
How-
it's been
yeah.
one of those trips.
No.
It's I don't know, everything's just not really going to plan. Everything that could go wrong kind of just is going wrong.
And then in saying that too, as much as the weather still looks great, everyth's still shut because it's just too wet. So we're not able to do anything. So last night, Jack had a really, really bad night's sleep.
Yeah.
Like so very bad. So today he's just tired. He's had another rest. He's still tired. He's just hating on life.
Yeah.
There's no way we can manage even a gorge walk, which is just, it's disappointing, but you know, that's just the joys of being a parent. What do you do? So we either spend another night in Karijini to look at the campsites, or we go on to Tom Price, where we can get our Coles shopping. There's fuel, there's a few things before we go up to see Hammersley Gorge, because Hammersley Gorge is still part of Karijini. Hopefully tomorrow is a better day and Jack's gonna love being there.
Yeah.
So I wanted to show you real quick on a map, hey, just like how vast everything is.
Yeah.
Just so you understand.
Because, even though we've been here for a short amount of time and we haven't really done much, we've learnt a lot about the area, the roads, where's good to go, where's not good to go. And the least we can do is pass on that information to you guys. Yeah. So when you come here,
your trip.
You're going to have a much better idea about what you need to do and where to go and have the best experience.
Let's go over to our side table. I'll show you this map quickly and give you a little rundown of some things that we've learnt along the way that'll help you plan your trip.
100%. Let's do it. We parked on the side of the road to do the video, and we just realised that it's way too windy outside, so we're going to go inside and do this map rundown for you guys so you can hear us.
So this is the map that we were given by the ranger, basically. So Dale's campground is here and Dale's Gorge is there. That's also where the circular pool lookout was that we went and showed you. Then if you carry along here, the black line is sealed and then it turns into four-wheel drive track. So this four-wheel drive track is horrible. That's that road we showed you.
It's about terrible.
29 kilometres of really bad road. And this area here you come across is this. So we managed to go to Joffrey Falls Lookout, which we showed you, but everything else in this area is shut except for the Eco Retreat. So I figured out the Eco Retreat is basically like going to a caravan park. It's $22 per adult per night. There's no power. I'm not entirely sure if there was water or not, but there isn't power. So it's almost the same as going to Dale's, which is $13 per night per adult. So the difference is there's a restaurant and a bar there, and there's hot showers and flushing toilets, whereas Dale's doesn't have a restaurant and bar, doesn't have showers, and has drop toilets. So it's really just whatever you're keen to see. But if you want to do Karijini and you're not restricted with kids like we've been, come and do Karijini. If you can't get at Dale's campground, go to the Eco Retreat. It's going to cost you a bit more, but you're going to be closer to most of the gorges and you're going to have a ball while you're at it. So then the other thing to keep in mind, so coming back out, so you've got Dale's over here. This is where the Eco Retreat is and most of the gorges. Over here is Hammersley Gorge. So Hammersley Gorge is actually off the main road. So we're going to be staying at Tom Price down the bottom, and we're going to be going up to here. There's a free camp just up the road on the way to Millstream National Park where we're going next. So we're going to come down and do Hammersley Gorge and then continue on to Millstream. So we still have a chance to see a really good gorge. But that there, like, that's almost an unrealistic day drive. If you really want to go and have a good day there, that's hard. And same thing, like going this distance here, that was a good 40-50 minute drive because of how shocking that road was. And if you go this way, it was what, 77 kilometers. So it's a long drive to go there every day if you want to do the gorge walks.
Yeah, it's like a catch-22 basically. It's sort of if you want one thing, you're not going to get the other. It's you know, the other options is do a couple of nights at Dale's and a couple at the Eco Retreat, and that way break it up.
You can save your fuel because there's Oski Roadhouse just outside on one side of the national park, and then there's Tom Price on the other that both have fuel. There's none in the park, so you've got to take that into account as well. If you're driving around every day, you know, 77 k's a day to avoid the crappy road in the middle, you're going to run out of fuel unless you have a long range tank. But then it's like hard on your car. There's potential of breaking stuff. There's all sorts of stuff. So I reckon for our sort of experience, I'd do one night or 2 nights at Dale, probably one night at Dale's, and check that out. Do the circular pool
Fortescue Falls,
And-
all those sort of areas. There's a bit there.
Where Fortescue Falls is, write this down in your notes now. Go to Fern Pool. Because it's not on all the maps, but it's missed by everyone. You need to see Fern Pool near Fortescue Falls.
Yeah. So
And then-
one night at Dales, do everything in this area, and then if you want to go to Eco Retreat, spend another night there and do everything around there. Like, you could do a fair chunk.
This brochure, if you want to get this, it's on the National Park's website, so you can actually read through this and have a look at it and figure it out for yourself. But it was just a good way for us to show you real time in a sense.
Yeah.
But the other thing down here it gives you is all the trails and what's involved. So the class colours get darker the harder they get. So there's only a couple that are really, really easy. Then you've got class 3, class 4, and class 5 is pretty intense. So class 5, I'm trying to remember what one it was. Hancock Gorge, you're actually walking through water. And the other one that was quite hard, there was another
There's
one.
a little photo there.
Joffrey. Yeah, walking through water. So we've been told mixed reviews. Some said we'd be able to make it if we took Jack and a floaty, but the water's freezing cold.
Yeah.
So, but again, we didn't get to do these things because they're all shut because of the rain, and they say when it's raining it's just too slippery. So it's really unfortunate, but next time we come, Jack will be older, Jada will be older. We might even be here with someone. We might try and plan to be here with someone, and that way we can do a more adult version of it. I don't know. See what happens. But yeah, just take the time to really plan your trip when you get here. Make sure you give yourself enough time, especially if it's during tourist season, because like we said, those campsites were full. There wasn't any free. So.
They were actually full. Yeah, we've heard so many mixed reviews of people. Well, 90% of them saying, a lot of people saying, hey, these are like 100% booked out.
Yeah.
And half the sites are bloody empty. Like, no one's there. And we've sort of kept that in mind. But then we did a bit of a drive around just to have a look. And like Sean was saying, like, there was not many free sites there at all. So just to keep in mind, some of those rumours are probably right in these bigger areas.
Yeah.
But then obviously just call ahead, try and do a bit of research beforehand.
Yeah. Ask lots of questions.
Yeah.
Make sure the weather's good if you can help it. Obviously, you can't always, because if it's booked out, it's booked out.
Yeah. It's just unfortunate. But this is the first amount of rain we've had in probably 2-3 months.
I don't remember the last time we've had rain. It's
well,
been that
it was
long.
Kununurra. It was the last time we had any rain.
During wet season.
So
I don't even remember cloudy days.
it was
really.
just really bad timing.
Yeah.
It just wasn't meant to be. We always take these bad moments and crappy moments as just it was meant to be.
It is what it is. There's a reason for this.
Absolutely.
But, the advantage for us, I guess, we're on the road full time and we're not ending anytime soon, so we've got the opportunity to come back.
That's right.
If you don't have the opportunity, just, stay that extra day, really do everything you can in the 2 or 3 days that you've got here, make the most of your experience, because it's a cool park. It seems like it would be a really cool park. The few things we saw look great. So we'll be on to Tom Price. We'll show you a couple of things. There's a couple of things we're going to do before going on to Hammersley Gorge. So come with us on this adventure that we didn't plan.
Oh, good.
All right.
Too easy, guys. We'll talk
everything
again very soon.